With the release of Dexter Resurrection, we've been introduced to a ton of new characters, but the one who stands out the most is Blessing. On the surface, he's portrayed as this kind, humble individual who wouldn't hurt a fly. But what if I told you he's far more sinister than he seems? Someone who might be even worse than the Bay Harbor Butcher himself. In today's video, we're diving into the theory that Blessing is actually the New York Ripper, and why it might not be as far-fetched as it sounds. When Dexter Resurrection first showed us Blessing Kamara, it's easy to dismiss him as just one more friendly face in the background, but as the episodes progress, it becomes apparent that Blessing is more than another character in the background. He is key to Dexter's new life. Everything about Blessing shouts warmth and hospitality. He's upbeat, family-oriented, and goes so far as to help Dexter, a complete stranger, by offering him a place to stay. In New York, where people barely even open doors for each other, that's not just nice, that's going above and beyond. As a character, Blessing is drawn with a great personality. He exudes optimism, loyalty, and loves his city and family dearly. We find out he was born in Sierra Leone and came to live in New York as a teenager with his mother. The city grew to become his home, and now he's a proud father and husband. He drives for rideshare, and although that work is risky, especially after what happened to other drivers, he continues working with a good attitude. He double checks the name of Dexter before letting him into the car cautiously, but also immediately mellows when he sees Dexter's just a tired dude attempting to reclaim his towed vehicle. But that is where things start to go weird. When a series like Dexter brings in a character who's too good on paper, you should be raising some eyebrows. There is a deliberate parallel being made here between Blessing and another character from the series, Brother Sam. Remember Brother Sam, the man who attempted to guide Dexter towards peace, who believed in redemption and walked softly, until it was shockingly cut short. Blessing comes off as creepily familiar. He comes into Dexter's life during times of transformation and seems to offer emotional protection. While Brother Sam had a horrible past to admit to Dexter openly, Blessing is clean. No warning signs, no seedy history, and in the world of Dexter, that is exactly the reason why he is suspicious. He's also strangely central to the beginning of the plot. It is with Blessing that Dexter first hears about the so-called dark passenger killer. Not by chance, this is Blessing who connects Dexter with Leon Prater and pushes him deeper into the new series of murders. Blessing picks up Dexter at random, offers him a shelter, connects him with an active case of a serial killer, and continues to show up right at the moment to move the plot along. It really does appear that he was placed in Dexter's path for a reason. And while the majority of people might tend to brush this off, you can't help but ask yourself, what if Blessing's involvement is just a little bit too convenient? Now, while Blessing can initially be seen as a friendly minor character, the more you dig deeper, the more you realize that his role in the story is less than coincidental. Especially when you consider his link to one of the most terrifying open-ended enigmas of Dexter Resurrection, the New York Ripper case. Until now, the New York Ripper is perhaps the most elusive and horrific figure looming in the shadows of this new world. This serial killer who has never been caught had been stalking the streets of New York, leaving a trail of corpses and fear. What makes him remarkable is the weapon he used, a hooked knife, which leaves a revolting signature on all of his crimes. It's this very specific MO that has made him an obsession of Detective Claudette Wallace, the only one by the look of it who is totally committed to solving these cases. To our knowledge, the Ripper has never been caught. Whether he's still operating or in hiding is one of the things regarding his existence that makes it so frightful. But where this enters the picture with our discussion of Blessing is in the strange nexus that unites him to this case. Another guy named Leon Prater. Blessing is utilized in order to bring Dexter into the hunt for the dark passenger, which eventually leads him to Prater. Some fans have begun to speculate that Leon Prater actually may have been the New York Ripper, or at least been involved with him. But there is one detail to know here. It's never conclusively established that Prater ever actually met the Ripper, or whether his connection was forged through evidence or conjecture. The show leaves that deliberately unclear, and ambiguity is key. For if Prater is a red herring, then the real Ripper may still be out there, hiding in plain sight, maybe even close to Dexter. And who has insinuated himself quietly into Dexter's life, led him to this question, and gained his unquestioning trust? Blessing. Now, it's too early to go finger pointing, but this much we do know. The connection between Blessing, Prater, and the New York Ripper case isn't as coincidental as it seems. Blessing may have been attempting merely to help, or Blessing may have been pointing Dexter towards a suspect to keep eyes off himself. The Ripper is a ghost of the city's past, and when a serial killer is so well hidden, sometimes it's the people who seem most innocent who require a second look. And now that we've established the foundation on who the Ripper might be and how he's shaped the story to date, let's dive in deeper on why some fans believe Blessing could be the guy with the hook. What makes this theory stand out isn't necessarily the shock factor, it's where Blessing appears so out of place in the show. It's a guy who comes into Dexter's life with such ease that he almost seems more of a plot device between Dexter and all things Prater than a human character. In Dexter, characters who have that level of access don't necessarily do so without ulterior motive. The timeline, sure enough, is confusing. Prater says the Ripper terrorized the streets he grew up on, which leads many to believe that all this was happening when he was literally growing up as a kid. If that is the case, and Blessing is roughly the same age as Prater, that would eliminate him, unless the Ripper was in a dormant phase. Without timelines that have been established to determine anything, it's possible that the killer just went underground. Blessing's emotional calm is also questionable. His friend Sheik was attacked, the other drivers were killed, and he has this near unsettling composure. That could be resilience, or it could be a lack of feeling, something serial killers and shows always possess. And to be clear, Blessing is the one who brings Dexter into the world of the Ripper. What if that wasn't an accident? What if Blessing recognizes something familiar in Dexter, not as a friend, but as a hunter? The theory works not because it's flashy, but because it's plausible. Everything Blessing does can be interpreted as an act of kindness or manipulation, and if it's the former, Dexter might already be sitting face to face with the Ripper. And this would not be the first time we saw a seemingly normal family man who turned out to be an awful serial killer behind the scenes. Just because someone like Trinity had a clearly dysfunctional background does not justify the assumption Blessing is innocent just because his family is seemingly normal. We have also seen recently how the ponytail killer had a halfway normal home life while bonding with individuals at Prater's dinner parties, keeping his dark side in order so he could be normal at home. All in all, from the time I'm making this video, which is the halfway point of Dexter Resurrection, we have yet to see a full confirmation on Blessing's connection with the New York Ripper. However, I would find it quite interesting if it got revealed at Prater's next gathering, where Blessing is seen seated at the table with both Dexter and him finally seeing each other's true selves. Would they team up, or would they turn on themselves? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and would like early access ad-free content, please go check out my Patreon to see what interests you. As always, like and subscribe for more videos like this. Lastly, be sure to join the Discord to discuss your favorite pieces of media. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.